I think it's safe to say that potentially we could be looking at the greatest like 2 or 3 month stretch in the entire history of the Sonic franchise. This is not hyperbolic. This is not an exaggeration. This really could be something special. We've seen plenty of Sonic and Shadow Generations gameplay, and I think we've seen enough to be excited for what's to come with this game. Not only is a new Sonic game releasing this fall that people are excited for and it looks promising, but we can't forget that the game also comes packaged with Sonic Generations, which is already one of the most beloved Sonic games ever. So it's very possible that this October we could be seeing the first 3D Sonic game to get over an 80 on Metacritic in a very, very long time. I want to say since Sonic Adventure 2 on the original Dreamcast. In addition to that, just 2 months later, a much larger general audience will be introduced to Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic, Knuckles, the whole team with Sonic Movie 3. So it's going to be a really good time to be a Sonic fan. Right now is kind of like the calm before the storm. But today, we got even more love and care that was poured into both of these franchises, the Sonic movies as well as Sonic and Shadow Generations. I just need to talk about it. We just need to gush about it because it's just very promising. It makes me happy that the Sonic franchise is really, it's officially back, man. I mean, listen, it's been back for a while, but we got this key art that dropped for Sonic and Shadow Generations, and it's so cool that I feel like I need to talk about this. Like, this piece of artwork right here needs to be discussed for an actual video. That's how strongly I feel about it. The entire community feels about it. It just looks really cool. So let's start with, I guess, what's going on. So in the middle, you kind of see the white space hub world for Shadow. It looks like the Shadow portion of it, but also if you look to the right, you see Black Doom. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be like the Doom Comet or something like that, because Black Doom has never looked that large in that little ball form or whatever, you know what I mean? You can clearly see that there's like this portal gate key or whatever, and the time meter's on the other side of it. So I don't know if the time meter and Black Doom are working together or if there's just 2 separate campaigns, 2 unrelated things going on at the same time, but it just looks really cool. One of the things that you'll also notice is the shadow of both Sonic and Shadow. Wait, okay, that sounded crazy. You'll notice that Shadow has the wings behind him, like he has the Doom power-up wings, but also if you look at Sonic, according to the Sonic JP social team, it says that that is supposed to be classic Sonic behind him. So classic Sonic is living in the shadow of modern Sonic. That's a very interesting and subtle thing we would have not noticed unless they explained that to us. One thing I'd also like to point out is, yes, we know the Shadow campaign is going to be extremely gritty. It's going to be rough. It's going to be really reminiscent of the things that we like about Sonic from the past. Some of those more darker stories or just more serious type storytelling. But when you look at the Sonic Generations portion, they managed to make Sonic Generations, which is a very like colorful, bright, vibrant game with very minimal story, actually look extremely raw. Like, first of all, this is the rawest piece of artwork I've ever seen for Sonic. I think that they can make this the box art, and I think this would be the best that they've done probably for any game ever. It just looks so cool. Seeing Sonic and Shadow like together walking up that path, looking like they're about to take on the greatest threat they've ever taken on before, it seems like. It's just really cool. The way they made Speed Highway actually look like a gritty and rough situation that makes these 2 heroes kind of stand toe-to-toe together look really cool, and you can definitely appreciate that. The one last thing I'd like to say about this artwork is that it's extremely special because it seems like the Sonic team is really starting to get why a lot of us, at least some of us older fans, like the franchise in the first place, and it seems like they're trying to appeal to that. So that's something that really makes me as a fan happy, and everyone in the community is absolutely gushing over this. So the love and care that they're putting into key art like this, and a lot of the marketing stuff that they've been doing for Sonic and Shadow Generation so far, screams a lot of confidence. So I wouldn't be surprised if this fall we see our first 80+ Metacritic game for Sonic in 3D in a very long time. You know, time will tell. We don't know how the game journalists are going to react because they're pretty volatile when it comes to Sonic, but this is a really good sign. I also want to move on to one other piece of artwork that just dropped. Tyson Hesse has traditionally released artwork for every Sonic movie. He did it for movie 1. He did it for movie 2. This one looks really good. He managed to make Knuckles look really cool. And now he has just did it for Sonic movie 3. In the original post, the co-producer of Sonic movie 3 says Sonic 3 is 100 days away. Thank you so much for the incredible reception so far. Our team has elevated their game on every level, and I can't wait for everyone to see all our hard work later this year. And we got our first official Sonic movie 3 Tyson Hesse artwork, and it looks absolutely incredible. Once again, I really like that they're emphasizing the contrast between Sonic and Shadow. You got the blue versus the red and orange. You got the frown versus the smile. Sonic looks cool. Shadow looks great. I like the fact that it's going to be very much a Sonic versus Shadow movie. It's the fearless year of Shadow. It's crazy to see how far we came from the original Sonic design, the 2 movies later, getting artwork that looks like this. So between October to the end of December, we may see the greatest stretch in the history of the Sonic franchise. In addition to that, we're also going to be getting the Shadow animation for the prologue. So everything is just looking up. I had to make a video talking about this. I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is an important video to make, but to me it is. Let me know what you guys think about both artwork. Let me know if you think that this fall will be the greatest 2-month stretch in the history of the Sonic franchise. Love to hear your thoughts.